Hi, Pisces, how you guys doing? So this is going to be your reading for this week. So let's get into it. So what I see for you guys is okay. So now I don't know if this is your feelings or this is the person's feelings. Okay, so because we have a lot of cards here, um, we have a lot of swords. Okay, so number one is this could have been a situation. Um, at work perhaps where you felt like you had to compete with other people to get the position that you know you were qualified for. That's number one. I feel like you've worked really hard, and there was like a tower moment where somebody, like, maybe you have like a coworker or someone that knows the coworker that's going for the same position that you're going for, and and they're like allowing them to take it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they know that you're qualified for it, but they give it to them just because they're friends. That's one thing. That could be one situation. Even though you really care for the job, I just feel like there's going to be more opportunity. I feel like you were upset, but now you're okay in the situation. You're getting past it. Because there's going to be other options. There's going to be other opportunities for you in the future. Is what it feels like. That could be one thing. Another thing is you having a tower moment in your life. But there's just so much stuff going on mentally, emotionally. You feel like you don't know which one, like one thing to take care of, and I feel like you're trying to find balance, but you're just kind of like all over the place. You're working really hard, but you're just kind of like, what do I need to put first? What do I need to prioritize? And I feel like that's kind of like that's why you're like all over the place. You don't know how to just take care of one thing at one time. And I feel like that's what you're learning. I feel like you've had a time where you just had to sit with yourself, do some mindfulness, do some, to get yourself back in order, maybe do something that made you happy, for you to feel good about yourself, maybe give yourself a little bit of self-love and a little bit of healing. And now you're feeling like, you can see yourself getting back on track. For the ones that have dealt with someone that made you feel like you had to compete for their love, even though you worked really hard for this, and now you felt like in the beginning, maybe you felt like they were, juggling other people and they had options. I feel like you're the person that's going to have options this week, is what it feels like. And you're going to be confident about it. You're not going to be like, you're not going to let this sweat you. You're in a good spirit right now. And new love is coming in for you because you're healing. So let me know how it goes, Pisces.